Hey everyone, my name is Lauren Eckstrom, and I'm so excited to share this special 60-minute power yoga practice with you. It's called the Trilogy, and we move through a 3-step process that you first embody during this practice, and then you take it with you off the mat and into your life. I hope you enjoy. Be sure to click subscribe below, and I will see you at the end. As we come in today, I'll invite you to have 2 blocks near your mat. I would suggest having one near the top front corner of your mat, the left corner of your mat, and then one at the back corner of your mat so that it's there when we kind of shift directions and perspectives and you don't have to go running around your yoga mat or your room to grab a block. It'll just be there to support you. And start by knee lay. So coming onto the knees, bring knees together. And there are a couple of options here. You might bring the ankles together, the inner heels together, and sit back onto the heels and the shins. That might be a lot on your knees. It's a deep flexion of the knees. If we have any history of knee injury or tenderness, that might not be a good idea for you. So instead, you can take that block that it's at the top front corner of your mat, separate your heels and make a shelf for yourself so that you're elevated out of the backs of the knees and you give it some space there. If the knees are especially tender, you might even flip the yoga mat over and give the knees some padding, or slip a towel or a blanket there if it feels best. So finding a place where you can be sustainably for these opening moments as we turn inward. And whichever position you choose, eventually turning the palms face down onto the thighs, slipping the upper back so there's in the elbows as the shoulders slip down away from the ears. If it's available for you, it's appropriate and right, you might allow the eyes to close. And if for any reason you're more comfortable with the eyes open, then just simply softening the corners of the eyes and letting the gaze rest down and out a couple of feet. And as you begin to turn the attention inward, starting to deepen the breath, taking just a few fuller, deeper breaths down into the belly, out into the sides of the body. And I've had the joy and really the honor of connecting with so many of you this last week, often over different messages that you send, some of us on the phone. And there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the world and a lot going on in each and every one of our lives. And so as you arrive in your practice, this reminder that you're not here to get rid of anything that might be going on in your life. It might even, in fact, be a little bit challenging to get still, to turn the attention inward and to begin to settle into this time and to know that that's okay, that you're not alone. And as you begin just to deepen the breath and continue returning your attention back to the body, knowing that what this practice really invites us into is ultimately a 3-step process. And this process occurs during the course of our yoga practice, but this is the same 3-step process that occurs anytime we meet challenge off the mat and in our lives. And first and foremost, we have to clear whatever might be getting in the way. The mental resistance, the stories, the stagnation, the inner stagnation or the mental stagnation. And it's why our practice often begins with more energizing, vigorous movement, more energizing and vigorous breath so that we can really clear the physiology and also the mental space. Once that clearing has occurred through the entire dimension of the breath body and the physical body, Then we begin to slow things down and we listen inwardly, paying attention to how we place the body in a specific way, the different messages that might be arising at the level of the mind or the heart. Not here to judge or criticize, but just simply to listen and attend with curiosity, openness, and compassion. And the last step, which we so often tend to bypass, is the integration. In this culture that tells us productivity is the goal, more is better, we're so quick to skip the end of practice. We skip the slower portions, we skip shavasana sometimes, and we miss out really on the true opportunity to integrate all we've experienced. And so today I'd like to call you into this commitment to all three aspects of this practice. For each one of us, one part might be a little bit easier than another. And just to remember that we are here practicing as a collective, we're here to support each other. So even though we might not physically be together, you can feel that you are practicing with people all around the world. And to know that if at a moment there's a aspect of practice that you feel challenged by, that you can turn toward the community, feel the community of the breath flowing together and supporting you as you continue showing up for yourself, so that you might at the end of practice be able to live your practice off the mat and in the world. And so from this place, take a deep breath in through the nose and open the mouth and let it go. If the eyes are closed, blink the eyes open. On an inhale, rise up onto the knees and then lift your right arm to the sky and draw your right arm back so you start to open the right shoulder. As you exhale, sit back onto the heels or your block and rest your right hand to your right thigh. Left arm up as you rise to your knees. Inhale, pull the arm, give that a stretch. Then exhale, sit back down, hand to thigh, heels and sitting bones meet. This time, both arms up. Inhale as you rise to the knees, reach the arms up, pause at the top. Then as you exhale, cactus the elbows, peel the chest open, little arch, almost like a little camel in your upper back. Both arms back up as you inhale, pull ribs down, the navel back. Then exhale, sit back to kneeling, and we'll cycle through that. One breath, one movement. Inhale, lift the hips, right arm up. Exhale, sit back onto the heels. Left arm up, inhale. Exhale, sit back to the heels. Both arms up, inhale. Cactus the elbows, exhale. Both inhale. Sit back, kneeling, exhale. Last round, inhale, right arm lifts up. Exhale as you descend back. Inhale, left arm lifts up. Exhale as you sit down and back, linking breath to movement. Both arms up, inhale as we start to clear. Bend the elbows, exhale as you begin to open here. Both arms rise, deep breath in. Hips back, exhale, hands, thighs, pause there. Sitting on the heels, reach arms up, deep breath. Exhale, plant the hands down in front of you. If the block is there, shift it out of the way. Come to hands and knees and then walk the knees for a wide tabletop pose and begin to circle the hips. Big circles here, keeping the hands grounded. Continue to press down the thumb, the first finger into the mat. Continue putting pressure into the tip of the fingers. And then continue to deepen the breath. And if you've been circulating in one direction, switch directions, moving into the outer hip. And you might close the eyes, the head, the neck might become involved, little circles there. Notice that you keep the corners of the eye soft. On an inhale, coming back through the center. You might walk the knees a little bit forward, then tuck the toes, lift the hips, press up and back to your first downward facing dog. As you pause in downward facing dog, little bend in the knees to arc the sitting bones up toward the sky. For those of us that tend to hyperextend the elbows, a little flare of the elbows out to the side so that you can roll the shoulders back. And then in your own time, maybe you press the legs towards straight, although that actually never needs to happen. Keeping the left toes forward, turn the right toes to the right, and then seal the right heel down toward the floor and press the hips back. The right toes are turning out to the right side as the sitting bones lift up and back. And just allowing the sole of the right foot to reach down toward the earth as you continue to press evenly through both hands. And in these early opening moments of practice, we're using the alignment, the quality of the breath, and the quality of our focus to maybe clear out not just mental stagnation, but some of that physical stagnation that sneaks into the body. Turn the right toe forward and then simply switch. Turn the left toes out to the left side. And as the left heel turns in, seal the left foot down toward the floor. Press the hips up and back. Again, still just making sure that even though you're not looking at the hands, you feel tips of the fingers grounding down, the inseam of each hand, that L shape of the thumb and the first finger grounding down toward the mat. And bring the attention again to your breath. Notice that you haven't begun to hold the breath, if there's any intensity there in the hips or the legs. And on an inhale, turn your left toes back forward, pausing in downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up of your right hip so the sacrum is safe. The inner thighs hug in. The right heel drives back as the left thigh pulls back. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, knee to your nose, roll your shoulders above your wrists, hug your navel up and in towards your spine. Inhale, right leg up and back, 3-leg down dog, 2 more times. Neck to nose, high to chest. Inhale, float the right heel up and back. Last time, exhale, draw the knee in, see if the shoulders can roll beyond the wrists. Inhale, float the right leg up and back. And as you exhale, step your right foot forward. Drop your left knee down behind your left hip. Circle the arms to the sky. Find your low lunge on an inhale and pull the so that the right knee stacks above the right ankle. Then drop the tail down, lift your pubic bone towards your face, and what we'll feel is maybe the front of the left thigh turning on. Keep that, drop the hands behind the back, catch and interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles down, lift the heart up. Again, you might keep that little bend in the elbows, especially if you have a tendency to hyperextend. And we're just, again, clearing things out, making space for practice. So find your breath, return to your focus, circle the arms back up to the sky, inhale, hands to the heart as you exhale, keeping the breath out, twist, left elbow outside of the right knee. And as you find yourself entering into the twist, then take another full deep breath in. Stacking the right elbow upon the left, turning the navel toward the inseam of the right thigh. Just one little squeeze here. Inhale, circle the arms all the way back up. And as you exhale, place the hands down, frame the front right foot. Start to heel toe the right foot to the right of the mat. Bring your right hand inside of your right foot. And when your right foot gets to the edge of your mat, keep your heel on your mat and turn your right toes out, similar to what you just did in that downward facing dog, that same shape of the foot. Tips a little bit forward, pull the chest forward so you stay long through the spine and the back. For some of us, this is plenty and we'll just stay right here. And for others, we might descend down onto the elbows. Back. Keep the heart pulling forward. Resist the urge to drop the head and round the spine. Almost like you're pressing the elbows down and then tractioning the forearms back to get a little bit longer through the mid-back, and take a couple of breaths there. You might close the eyes once again, always an option. And if you haven't already, starting to shift into the sound of Ujjayi, drawing the breath in through the nose, gliding the breath along the back of the throat, and the quality and the sound of the breath, again, just helping us to clear out that mental, physical, and even emotional stagnation. And you might stay here with the left elbow down or with the palm down and the arm straight. Lift the right sky. Start to bend the back left knee and then catch the inside of the foot today. Roll the heart, the chest open. And you might pull the hips a little bit back. You might drop the hips a little bit forward, finding a place for you as you just allow the right shoulder to roll down the back. Kicking the foot into the hand, give it one last little moment there. Deep breath in. If you have the left foot, release it slowly to the back of the mat. Place the right hand down, straighten both arms, turn the right toes forward, heel toe the right foot back to the midline of the mat. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee, step forward, fold in half, top of the mat. Hands to shins, inhale, heart draws out, lengthen from tail to crown of head. Exhale, fold, put a little bend in the knees, catch opposite elbows, and then sway a little bit side to side. Let your head be heavy. Notice the tendency to hold the head up, this attachment that we have to the thinking mind, to over intellectualizing. And can we get out of that space of maybe even needing to understand, and instead just being right here with ourselves, feeling breath in the body, feeling bottom mat, the permission to feel anything that might be here for you today, fully and completely. Release the arms down, keep that little bend in the knees, let the arms hang, let the head hang, slowly roll to stand. Navel hugs toward the spine, so your front body meets your back body. It protects you all the way up. Roll the shoulders down the back. Inhale, circle both arms to the sky, big lift. Hands to heart, out the mouth, exhale, clear it out. Both arms up, inhale through the nose, sweep and lift. Exhale, fold forward, dive down, get empty. Chest out, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway, flat back. Plant the hands as you exhale, step back to the top of a push-up. And then today I'm gonna invite you to drop your knees behind your hips, but you don't have to for 3 yogi style push-ups. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bend the elbows and hover. Inhale, straighten the arms back up. 2 more like that. Exhale as you hover. Inhale, both arms straight. Last exhale, elbows hug in, shoulder back. Inhale, straighten the arms. This time, exhale, lower slow all the way down onto the mat. When the body releases to the floor, stretch both arms straight back. Right into Shalabhasana today. Inhale, balancing on the belly, lift the legs. Lift the arms. Stretch through the toes, spread toes. And then tuck your chin a little bit. Through the back of the neck, the crown of the head. Take one more inhale, everything lifts. Exhale, lower everything slowly to the mat. Place the hands by the low ribs, either into cobra or upward facing dog, always your choice. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. Press back downward facing dog as you exhale. Together, take a deep inhale. Stick the tongue, exhale. Inhale, flip the left leg up and off the mat, squaring the hip. You feel the right thigh pulling back, the right heel descending down toward the earth. It doesn't mean it touches the floor, maybe not even in this lifetime. At the same time that you drive energy back through the left heel. Take one more big inhale here. Knee to nose as you exhale, hug the navel up and in. Inhale, flip the left leg up and back. 2 more on the breath. Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, left heel up and back. Last time. Exhale, knee to nose, thigh to chest. In 3 leg down. Exhale, step the left foot forward, drop the right knee down behind a hip, circle the arms up, take an inhale, pause at the top. Again, that invitation to back out of it a little bit so that as the pubic bone lifts up, as the navel hooks up toward your face, you feel the front of the right thigh turning on. Drop the hands behind the back, maybe one finger over, catch and interlace. Knuckles down, heart lifts, roll the shoulders back. Never throwing the head back because we don't want to cut the breath off. So can you feel that long line of breath rising from the navel, through the heart, through the throat, all the way up through the nose, the crown of the head. Inhale, circle both arms back up to the sky. Hands to the heart as you exhale. So there's that little kumbhaka, that pause of holding the breath out. And then twist, right elbow outside of the left knee. And as you press the right palm up into the left, feel your right waist lift away from the floor. So there's actually more capacity to take in the breath, even as you find yourself in this twist. Notice if the shoulders snuck up to the ears. See if you can slip the shoulders down the back. Give it one last little moment there. Inhale back to the center, circle the arms up, take a full deep breath in. Exhale, place both hands down, frame the front foot, heel toe the left mat. Bring the left hand inside of the foot, keeping the left heel on the mat. Turn the left toes to the left so they come off of the mat. Walk the fingertips forward. You can be here, pull the chest forward and out. Or maybe you exhale down onto the elbows, again, pulling the heart ahead. Resist the urge to drop the head. See if you can gaze beyond the tips of the fingers and imagine that the back of your could get a little bit longer. And then when you find your place in the pose, scan through the body and notice what you're tensing against. Can you soften, release, let go of any unnecessary resistance? Breathe a little bit more fully and deeply. You can be a little bit more present and clear whatever's asking to be cleared a little more consciously. Now, this side might be quite different. We're different leg to leg. So you might stay down on the right elbow, or you might straighten the arms. Lift the left arm to the sky, take an inhale. Start to bend the right knee, reach back with the left hand. Take hold of the inside of the foot instead today. Roll the chest open. Again, the arm can be straight. You can even put a block underneath the hand to help give you some height. And as you catch the foot into the hand, kick the foot into the hand and let that peel your left shoulder back. Let it open your heart to the. Take one more inhale here. If you have the right foot, slowly release it back behind you. Place the left hand down, straighten both arms. Turn the left toes forward, heel toe the foot to the midline. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee, step forward, fold in half. Hands to shins, inhale, chest out, long side waist. Exhale, fold, little bend in the knees. Catch and interlace the hands behind the head. Let the elbows fall around the temples, and with that bend in the knee a little bit side to side, and that subtle pressure with the hands behind the skull, just lengthening out of the back of the neck. Breathe. Breathe into whatever is here for you today. Breathe into your busy mind, your grieving heart, your stiff, sore body, whatever the case might be, breathe into it. Take one more inhale. Release the arms down as you exhale. Keep that little bend in the knee. Slow roll to stand. Your head is the last thing to get all the way up to the top. When you reach the top, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, circle both arms up. Out the mouth, hands to heart. Exhale, clearing it out. Both arms up. Inhale, full deep breath in. Forward fold, exhale, full deep breath out. Chest out, inhale, lead with your heart. Hands down, exhale, step the feet back, top of a push-up plank. Again, the option to stay in upper push-up or to drop the knees behind the hips. Take an inhale here. Exhale, elbows hug in and hover. Inhale, straighten both arms. Exhale, elbows hug in. Inhale, press the floor away. One last time, exhale, hover. Inhale, pause in plank or modified plank. Then exhale, lower all the way down onto the mat. Stretch the arms back, lift it all up. Inhale, feet lift, legs lift. Crown of the head leads the way. Spread through the toes, spread through the fingers. Take one more inhale, strengthening the spine, massaging the belly. Exhale, lower it all back down to the earth. Hands by the low ribs, cobra or upward facing dog. Take a full deep breath in. Down dog as you exhale, your hips up and back. One more time, inhale through the nose. Tongue out, exhale, let it go. Inhale, press the hips up and back. Bend the knees as you else if you like, hop to meet the hands. Flat back, inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold, separate the feet hip distance today. Bend the knees, drop the hips, sit back into a little bit of a wider chair pose. And as you pause in chair, we're going to integrate a little bit of Kapalabhati and some pulses here. So if Kapalabhati is new to you, we just focus on the out breath, imagining that we snap the navel toward the spine. If you're pregnant or you're trying to conceive, then just do the pulses and skip the breath. Deep inhale through the nose, out the nose, exhale, pulse. Focus on the out breath. Stay with it, trusting that the in breath will come. Your pulses don't need to be big as we just start to clear the front of the mind out. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold, share, take an inhale, sit a little bit deep, retain the breath. Exhale, fold and dive over straight legs. Chest out, inhale, glance ahead. Hands down, exhale, step back to plank. And lower slow, chaturanga, same out breath. Cobra or up dog, inhale as we flow. Down dog, exhale, press back. Inhale, float the right leg up. Exhale, right knee to the outer right arm. Tap and touch if it's available. Inhale, float the right heel up and back. Exhale, right knee toward the left elbow. So it's the hips that curl underneath each other. The shoulders stay square. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, float, step the right foot through, seal the back foot flat, reach the arms forward to rise up. Inhale, warrior one. Pause at the top, shifting the outer left thigh forward, drawing the outer right waist back. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Then one time out the mouth, chest down, arms back. Inhale, circle the arms up toward the sky. Hands to the mat as you exhale, step back to the top of a push-up and lower slow through the vinyasa, or you can always skip it. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, press back to down dog. Inhale, float the left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee toward the outer left arm, tap and touch. Inhale, reach the left heel up and back. Exhale, left knee toward the right elbow. See if you can pull the left shoulder down the back. Inhale, back to 3-leg down dog. Exhale, step the left foot through, spin the back foot flat, circle and rise all the way up to first warrior. Notice if there's tension in your fingers or your toes. Oftentimes we tend to dissipate our tension and our stress to our outer extremities. See if you can move that good positive tension right to your midline. Take an inhale, reach up, gaze up. One time out the mouth, chest down, arms back. Inhale, back up to first warrior. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back to the top of a push-up and slowly lower. Inhale, shoulders roll back. Exhale, downward facing dog as we just get ready to flow through this. And sharing the reminder here as you pause in down dog, that child's pose is continually present as often and as many times as you need in order to help clear the slate of your mind and your body. You can drop the knees and breathe with us there. Otherwise, if it's appropriate and right for you, let's link it together. Take an inhale, press the thighs back. Exhale, bend the knees, step or float, top of the mat. Chest out, inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, twist. Stay with it. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold chair. Take an inhale, knees still bent. Exhale, fold and dive. Chest out, inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back or float back and lower slow. Inhale, cobra or up dog, you rise. Exhale, down dog, back. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow tap. Inhale, heel to the sky. Exhale, right knee to the left. Inhale, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, right foot steps through. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Out the mouth, sweep back. Inhale, rise up, first warrior. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back and lower slow. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, press back. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow tap. Inhale, heel up and back. Exhale, twist it to the right. Inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through light. Inhale, first warrior, rise. Out the mouth, exhale, sweep back. Inhale, first warrior, lift the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands down. Step back, lower, slow, elbows hug in. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, press back. Pause and down dog, taking in the sitting bones up and back. Bend the knees as you exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Chest out, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Knees bend, sit back, inhale, chair. Last time out the nose, pulse. Stick with it. Maybe close the eyes. And just this deep sense that with every out breath, you are clearing out. Awareness knows what needs to be cleared today. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, hold chair, take an inhale, maybe sit a little deeper, reach up, exhale, fold and bow. Inhale, reach the heart ahead. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and lower slow or float with bent elbows. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, down dog, tail lifts. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow tap. Inhale, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, step through light. Inhale, first warrior, rise. Chest down, arms back. Inhale, first warrior, sweep and lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Move through the vinyasa or just meet us in down dog. Inhale, maybe the shoulders. Firm the thighs back. Inhale, left. Exhale, elbow tap. Inhale, left heel up and back. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior 1. Chest down, arms back. Inhale, circle it up. Exhale through the vinyasa, hands to the mat. Step to upper push-up, chaturanga. You could use the knees. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Down dog, exhale, press back. Pause there, take an inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot through. Back up to warrior 1 on an inhale and pause. As you find warrior 1, bend, tap your left hand in your shoulder blades. Place your right hand on your left elbow. And then just pause in half a Gomukhasana with the arms. Descend down into your front right thigh. And then maybe close your eyes. And start to slow things down. Heart might be a little bit elevated. Even the rate of the breath might be a little bit elevated. And now we start to take that heat that we created, that clarity that we created, and we begin to listen inwardly. What is needing our kind attention today? On an inhale, lift both arms back up, first warrior. Exhale, bring both hands to the hips. Straighten the front right leg on your in-breath. Step your left foot up about 1/3 of the way, turning your left toes ahead. Circle both arms up, take an inhale. As you exhale, spread the arms out, turn the palms to face behind you, bend the elbows and bring the fists together behind the heart. The same thing that you found in that low lunge, lengthen your sitting bones down. Lift your pubic bone towards your face. Take in and maybe start to roll the shoulders down the back. And your chest out high. Both legs straight. Front right thigh drawing back. Little bend in your right knee. Shift the weight forward and float up to warrior 3. Pour the chest out parallel to the earth. Turning the lifted left hip down. Hands behind the back. And you're listening. The quality of your breath, the quality of the moment. Spread the arms out wide. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, left hand under left shoulder, and maybe that block is there to support you. Run to the sky as you find twisting half moon today. Turning again, the lifted left hip down. That might be supported by a little bend in your right knee. Stack the right shoulder on top of the left and start to turn the heart to the right. Take one more big inhale here. Exhale, right hand comes down. Fold over your lifted right leg. You're just there for a beat. The next, lower your left foot, meet your right, top of the mat. Flat back to shins. Inhale, draw the chest forward and out. Exhale, fold and melt. straight legs. Inhale, circle the arms to the sky, sweep and rise to stand. As you exhale, draw the hands down to the space of the heart. Backs of the thumbs press into the front of the heart. Listening, cultivating stillness, even within the energy of the practice. Shift the weight into the right, float the left knee to the chest. Simple today. Take the right hand outside of the left knee, reach the left arm back behind you. Breathe. If you have a variation that you prefer, you want to straighten the left leg, holding the outer left calf or outer left foot, knowing that you have options, but options are not always necessary to deep listening. Maybe the simpler pose is the place for you to really be. Turn the chest forward. Inhale, circle both arms to the sky. Kick the left leg out if it isn't straight. Pull the hands to the heart as you exhale. Float back for a moment to warrior three. Pause there. Start to bend the right knee deeply. Drop step the left toes back. Circle the arms up. Take an inhale in crescent pose. And then twist again as you exhale. Left elbow outside of your right knee. Descend down into the right thigh. Ascend up through the left thigh, turning the heart to the right. And then when you find your place, stay there. Who said you needed to twist more deeply? If you found your place, be there and breathe. Give it one last little hug and squeeze. And then cartwheel open to reverse warrior. Back foot pivots flat. Right arm comes all the way up and back. Take an inhale, reach the right arm up and overhead. Exhale, right hand inside of your right foot, left arm up and over your head in three big circles here. Circle it down and all the way back. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, forward, down, all the way back. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, forward, down, and back. Drop the left fingertips down to the floor inside of the right foot. Crawl to your back left leg, straighten your right leg, come onto your right heel, squatting down into Skandasana. Bring the left hand inside of the left foot or to the back corner of the mat, and circle the right arm up and over your head. Left elbow or outer left shoulder to the inside of your back left knee. Letting those two places pin together as you rotate the chest open, maybe turning the heart toward the sky, looking up and under the right arm. Breathe. On an inhale, lift the right arm up. As you exhale, place the right hand down and then turn towards your left leg. Straighten your left leg as you spin onto your back right toes. So now you're facing the back of your mat. Fold over your left leg. Drop your head. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out the mouth, exhale, let it go. Little bend in your left knee. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Chest out, inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold and melt. Bend the knees, drop the hips, sit back into chair pose, your second to last one today. Bring the hands to the heart. As you exhale, right elbow outside of your left knee, take a counter twist. Imagining that you could pull your thumbs back, your heart forward. Listen for your place in the pose. Hugging the inner thighs in. Listening for your place in your body, your place in your life right now. It doesn't need to be any different. It doesn't need to look like anybody else's. Listening inwardly. Give it one last little squeeze. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, dive and fold here. Chest out, inhale, glance ahead. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower, slow. Inhale, co-facing. Down dog, exhale, wave the body back. Inhale, left leg lifts up and back. Exhale, step the left foot through, spin the back foot flat. Rise up, inhale, first warrior. Bend the right elbow. Place the hand between the shoulder blades. Let the left hand rest on the right elbow. And descend down into your left thigh. Close the eyes. Feel down into your feet. Feel into all of the space that you've made by showing up, deepening your breath, attending to the quality of your attention. You cleared out whatever might have been in the way today, and you made space to be right here, to attend to your heart, your mind, your life, so that you can not just practice yoga, but you can live yoga. You will be fully integrated. On an inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, spread the arms out. Bring the hands to the hips. Straighten the front left leg. Step the right foot up about a third of the way. Right toes turn ahead. Circle the arms up. Inhale. Spread the arms out. Turn the palms to face behind. Bend the elbows as you exhale. Fists come together. Inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulders down the back. Last little bit of standing practice. Call on yourself to show up. As you exhale, lay the chest out halfway. Start to put a little bend in the left knee. Shift forward, float up to third warrior. Chest parallel to the earth. Right waist, right hip turning down. Notice how quickly we dissociate, how quickly the mind might go to someplace else other than this pose or the physical sensation. Come back in and spread the arm in. Twisting half down as you exhale. Maybe grab that block that's there, place it underneath your right hand and circle your left arm to the sky. Support yourself. That if we're going to listen deeply to ourselves or to another or to the world, we need to be willing to call in the support. Draw the heart forward and then reach the crown of the head away from the sole of the right foot. Give it one last little reach. Exhale, left down. Leg your just a beat. Exhale, lower the right foot down to meet the left. Heart out, inhale, lengthen, take the rounding out of the back. Exhale, fold, chest meets thighs. Circle the arms to the sky, scoop the heart forward. Inhale as you rise. Hands to the heart as you exhale. Pause for a moment. Stillness isn't easy. If it was easy, we would have a planet that's willing to meditate and practice. And so you can all of the energy, the vital body, and know how to be with it. Shift the weight into the left foot. Draw the right knee up to the chest. Left hand outside of the right knee. Reach the right arm back behind you. Take a twist. Find your version of the pose, but unafraid to practice listening in a pose that maybe for you is simple. Listening takes practice for us. It's okay. Slowing things down and practicing in places that are maybe a little more sustainable for us help us to meet those more challenging moments with greater equanimity. Turn the chest, if you haven't, leg out toward straight. Take an inhale. Hands to the heart as you exhale. Float back to where you're just there for a moment, pass through. Bend the left knee, step the right toes back. Inhale, crescent pose, you rise. Exhale, hands to the heart, right elbow outside of the left knee. Right away, you take that twist. Finding your breath in your body. Breathing out into the sides of the waist. Letting your breath really be dimensional. So it's not just up and down or front and back. It fills all of you. Give it one last moment there. Then reverse your warrior inhale. Right foot seal, left arm circles all the way up and back. Sweep the left arm overhead. Exhale, left hand down inside of the left foot. Inhale your right arm up and over. As you exhale, circle it down and back. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Two more. Exhale, forward, down, and back. Last time, inhale to the sky. Exhale, forward, down, and back. Let the right fingertips come down to meet the left. Straighten the left leg, turn the right toes out, bend the right knee deeply, sit down into your version of Skandasana today. Right hand outside of that front corner of the mat. Let the right elbow, the right knee connect and sweep the left arm overhead. Flex the left foot. Press the heel of the left foot down and give your left knee a little bend so you can turn the hamstring on as you extend the left fingertips. Take an inhale here, rotate the heart to the sky. Looking up and under the left arm, one last deep breath in. Circle the left arm up, place the left hand down, turn to face your right toes, straighten the right leg, coming up onto your back, left toes, fold. Take an inhale through the nose, out, exhale, let fold more deeply. Standing pose here, inhale out. Put a little bend in your right knee. Exhale, step your left foot up to meet chest out. Inhale, Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold asana. Bend knees, drop the hips. Inhale, back hand the heart. Exhale, left elbow, right knee, counter twist. Descend the hips, hug the inner thighs in, and then offer yourself to the right. Listen, your body, your breath. What's your heart asking you to attend to in this moment right here? Calling on patience, calling on tolerance. Give it one last little squeeze. Chair pose, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Glance out, inhale, make some space. Last vinyasa, plant the hands down, lower slow as you step back. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Down dog, exhale, press your way up and back. Pause in downward facing dog. You let yourself be. One last inhale here. Lower the knees down as you exhale. Crawl the knees slightly forward, cross the ankles behind you, and then lower to the sitting bones. As you come down onto the sitting bones, open your legs out wide. Bring your fingertips behind you and sit up tall. Remember, you can always sit up on the edge of a blanket or even on the block for support. Bring the left heel to the inseam of the right thigh. So it's as if you're in half of Upavishta and the left knee is bent. Bring the fingertips out in front of you, but right between your legs. And just like you did in lizard pose earlier, come up onto the tips of the fingers and traction the heart forward. Close the eyes. And we begin this slow descent down the other side of the mountain toward the space of integration. You continue breathing, listening to the sound of your breath. Again, it doesn't need to be overly vigorous, but as you draw the breath along the back of the throat, this beautiful inner music, this reminder that awareness is always present. There's a neutrality that's always present that allows you to be with what's here today. And as you continue to let the breath be the tool of clearing, you're able to take those messages in with the mind, the body, the heart, the life, so that as we slow things down, we can integrate them into how we live. And start to crawl towards your right leg, up on the tips of the fingers. Again, this isn't about folding deeply over the right leg. Let the chest be lifted. Press the right heel down, put a little bend in the right knee. So the right heel stays rooted to the earth, and then you feel the right hamstring turn on. Reach the left hand toward the right toes or just simply outside of the right calf. Stay upright, even though you have that urge maybe to fold. Keep the chop today. And drawing the toes towards you, keeping that little bend in the right knee, the hamstring activated. And keeping the right hand outside of the right hip where it is. Sweep the left arm all the way back and then up and overhead. Big side stretch. And press down into hand, inhale all the way up through the center. Catch the right hand under the right knee and then stack the knees on top of each other, coming into now Gomukhasana with the legs. And if that's not appropriate and right for you, you can just cross the legs instead, right shin in front of the left in an easy cross-legged seat. We're going to stay upright today. Catch and interlace the hands underneath the right knee. And then lift the right knee up a little bit. And as you lift the right knee up, keep the spine tall and press the right knee into the hands. And then press the hands into the right knee. And we want to turn the piriformis on. So you might feel this in the space of the right glute. Close the eyes and breathe. Listening isn't always about hearing a message from your higher self or your intuition. Listening might just be attending to the quality of the body today. Are you tensing your jaw? Could you have a little bit of space between the upper and lower teeth, knowing that the hips and the jaw share the same center in the brain? They're connected. And then release the hands from around the knee. And if for a moment you want to fold and walk the chest out and down, you may. Not necessary, just know that it's an option if it feels right. Bow in on yourself to the extent that is appropriate for where you are today. Inhale, walk the hands back in. Lean back, stack the right shin on top of the left, coming into double seated pigeon, or of course, you can cross the legs, still a fist. Walk the left hand all the way out to the left side and then reach the right arm up and over the head, keeping your right sitting bone grounded. Big side body stretch now onto the right side. Right sitting bone presses down, right arm reaches overhead, just there for a moment. So good for the QL muscles in the back. Onto the left hand back through center. And as you exhale, fingertips down, lean back, spread the legs out wide once again. As you spread the legs out wide, you might notice if you feel like you have a little bit more space. Catch the right hand underneath the right knee, bring the sole of the right foot to the inseam of the left leg. Fingertips straight out in front of you, chest lifted, little tuck of the chin. Close the eyes, take the attention inside. And so how does this 3-step process work in our lives? I'll give a little bit of an example as we journey through this last bit of practice. And this morning I was on a walk with my daughter and we paused for a moment and a person was walking toward was very intense. Start to walk the hands to the left, frame the left leg, take a little twist. And in that moment, my heart started to race. I became flooded with different emotions and feelings, got hot in my body. You can stay there, reach the right hand forward for the left toes or outside the calf. And the person passed and kept walking, and my daughter and I walked on. And so the first step is clearing. For a moment, I had to let all of that intensity clear my system. Any emotion lasts in the physical body, has the physical residue in the body for about 90 seconds. So just trusting that what arose for me, the adrenaline, the heart pounding, all of that was just going to take a little bit of time to clear. I felt down into my feet, I deepened my breath, and then my heart rate started to slow, and I felt steady once again. From there, reach the right arm up and overhead, keep the left hand outside the left leg, big side stretch. And after I let that clear the body, then it was time to listen to myself. What came up for me? Oh, I was afraid for myself and for my daughter. Didn't know if I'd done the right thing. Should I have moved further away? Was there something different I should have done to help protect her? And I turned toward that part of myself with tremendous compassion, lots of tenderness, lots of care, no judgment. Press down into the left hand, inhale, rise all the way back up. And then catch the left hand under the left knee and stack the knees coming into Gomukhasana. or cross the legs. Hands underneath the left knee, lift the left knee up, and then press the left knee into your cupped hands and stay upright and breathe. And after I listened for a while to what had arisen for me, the deeper listening really pointed me toward a part of myself that felt so much grief, that feels so much continuing grief, that we don't have a system in this country to take care of our homeless and our mentally ill. As many of you know, I've spent a little bit of time working in the prison system, and unfortunately, in this country, our mentally ill end up incarcerated, which is not the place that they belong or the care that they deserve. And so I could feel the grief that was there and the sadness that was there, that this person doesn't have a way of being cared for. And then deeper than that, that they maybe didn't have the privileges of a beautiful home and loving parents or healthcare. And from there, you might let the knee go. If you want to pour the chest forward, you can. And bow your way down and out if it's right. And then the integration became taking all of that into consideration. Having a conversation with my partner about what came up, talking through it. And then looking for ways, both inside of myself and outwardly in the world and the community, of how I might be of service, both to my daughter and my family, to make sure that we're safe and cared for in those situations, but then also maybe there's something bigger to be done, helping to care for these populations, which right now, unfortunately, due to the pandemic, are growing. Walk the hands back in, lean back, double seated pigeon, last little seated pose here. Stack the left shin on top of the right or cross the legs. Walk the right hand out to the right, sweep the left arm up and overhead, big side stretch. And so what you did on your mat today applies to every situation in your life. Maybe it's a moment where you're stuck, not knowing what action to take next. Maybe you're in a big moment of change. You have to clear what's getting in the way, and you need to listen inwardly. And from that place, the opportunity to integrate and then maybe take outward action. Press down into the right hand, come up to center. Release the legs, spin the soles of the feet down toward the floor, and roll onto the back. Pause there for a moment and just one bridge pose. Drop the arms down by the sides. Press into the feet, lift the hips. Catch and interlace the hands, rolling one shoulder under, then the next. Knees forward. Inner thighs spiral down, knees point ahead. Take one more inhale, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips. Exhale, release the fingers, lower slow, upper back, middle back, lower back. Reach down, hug and squeeze the knees into the chest. Curl the forehead up to meet the knees. Give everything one last hug and squeeze. And exhale, let it all go. Legs out, arms down. Landing into Shavasana, the place where the yogis say the practice actually begins. And here it is. This deep moment of final integration. Take a final deep breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top. Sip in a little more breath. And open the mouth, exhale. Let it all go. Letting any effort behind the body or the breath subside, and trusting that this body knows how to be a vessel of receptivity. Resting fully and deeply. Shavasana. In the ideal world, we would stay here for maybe another 30 minutes. So if you have the time today, stay. Float the left hand to your heart and the right hand to your belly, eyes still closed as you breathe into your two hands. In the one life we're given, Mark Nepo writes, ultimately, each of us is a window through which the great forces of life enter, the way light fills a home. Through us, the source of life can revive those who are bruised and those who are waiting to find their way. So, hard as it is sometimes, love your window open and become the opening itself until your walls come down. When the walls come down, the opening is everywhere. If you're on your back, draw your knees into your chest if you're ready to transition. Roll to one side and press down into your hands, rising into a cross-legged seat as your palms come together at the space of your heart. Inviting yourself this week into simply noticing this process within yourself. When things become stuck, when your energy becomes overwhelmed or resistant or victimized or shut down, can you clear? Doesn't mean to get rid of it, but to make a shift, breathe deeply, slow things down, and then listen. And from that place of inner listening, you get the call to action so that you can integrate. May we come together to know that there is no such thing as an inconvenience, but that each roadblock we encounter is an opportunity calling us to live our practice. Inhale the thumbs to the forehead for clarity of thought, the fingertips to the lips for thoughtfulness of speech, and the hands to the heart for consistency of action, allowing your practice to guide you through everything you're thinking, saying, and doing. Take a final deep breath in through the nose and open the mouth. Exhale, let it go. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me and a global community on this journey today. If you enjoyed this practice and you would like to join us live, be sure to visit laureneckstrom.com where you can sign up for my newsletter. Each week, I send out a registration link so that you can join these practices every single Friday for free. In that newsletter, I share a suggested playlist and a journal prompt to help you deepen the experience of each week's practice. Again, be sure to click subscribe below, and I look forward to practicing with you next time.